Okay, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. I am Sarah Olivieri, founder of PivotGround, former executive director, coach, consultant, and master pivoteer to nonprofit CEOs as well as for-profit businesses. And I go live with you most Wednesdays to share my top tips, or maybe you're hearing this already recorded, that come out of my Thrive coaching program for nonprofit CEOs. So these are the things that they're working on right now and the guidance that I am giving them. And I come here to just give you a little taste of that to help you move forward in your week with success, joy, more time back in your day, making a bigger impact, having more money, all of those good things. And today I want to give you one really important nugget. Now, we talked about several things in the coaching call today, but the one that's really standing out for me is the power of keeping it simple. So many times, you've probably heard it, right? There's a number of ways to say this, right? There's the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You can remember it that way. The power of keeping it simple is so often, here's another one, less is more. And I want to just give you a few kind of examples of what keeping it simple looks like and what keeping it simple can do for you. So, first, today we were talking about digital marketing, the power of a welcome series, the power of automations, how to deal with people on your list who maybe shouldn't really be there anymore. How do we clean it up? How do we make sure our systems all integrate? Big issues, big topics, right? But at the end of the day, the short answer is make it as simple as possible. Don't add more steps than are needed. So one of the specific things that was asked today was, should I give my monthly donors a different email or something special that everybody else doesn't get because they're the monthly donors, which would involve creating a whole nother thing? And my answer was, no need to do that. In your weekly email, all you need to do, right? What are donors getting? Donors get the emotional satisfaction of knowing that they helped make that thing happen. So whenever I'm thinking about what am I giving donors, what I want to give donors is the opportunity for them to say, I helped make that happen, right? So in our weekly email, all we have to say is we did blah, 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 amazing things thanks to the support of our monthly recurring donors or our amazing donors. Then everybody who's reading that email, if they are a donor, they can say, hey, I helped make that happen. And if they're not a donor, they're going to be saying, well, it's great you did that. Maybe I should be a donor because I kind of want to be able to say, I helped make that happen because that's important to me too, right? Same email, no need to have separate things, right? We don't want to turn our donor relationships into transactional relationships where they're exchanging money for like a thing. We want to be exchanging money for the ability to say, I helped do that. And if they're not excited about saying, I helped make that happen, then they're not really the right donor for you. So that's one example of keeping it simple. I'll give you another example of keeping it simple and how less is often more. So last week, my son was home with the flu all week. And I was trying very hard not to get the flu. I was wearing my mask, taking care of him. I'm a single mom, right? So there's only one of me to do my work, be the mom, do all that stuff. And in addition to that, which is pretty exhausting on its own, being awake at night because he's coughing, I'm tired. And most of my work, because I've simplified so much in my business, I really need to be able to think clearly. Couldn't think clearly. I couldn't focus even when I wasn't distracted. And well, the reality was I was getting distracted or called 4 times an hour often, right? So every 15 minutes. And for the first part of the week, I was really kind of resisting, like, how can I just streamline more or just pick the most important things to work on, right? I was following the do less, but what the final solution was, I had to do so little. I did almost nothing at all. By the time I hit the end of the week, I was like, the only way out of this is to actually do no work at all, right? None. Just completely drop it. Focus on whatever rest I needed and whatever care my son needed, and knowing that that was actually, even though it felt like falling way behind, knowing that that was actually going to be the fastest and the easiest way to a total recovery, not just for him, but for me and my work. And sure enough, it wasn't Monday because we had a snow day, but Tuesday rolls around. He's back at school. I'm rejuvenated, and I just popped right back into working on the most effective things I could possibly do. And it made all the difference for me. And in fact, if I had continued to try to like push through to get a little bit done so I wouldn't fall as far behind, I would have hit that Tuesday tired, worn out, feeling bad about myself, and having accomplished even less by the end of Tuesday as a result of all those things. So that's another example of sometimes we have to pull way, way back, bring it way, way simple, to one thing, or in this case, nothing. I mean, it was nothing in the business and it was something in the rest of my life. But it was too much to attend to both, right? So sometimes it's pulling all the way back is actually the secret to unlocking success and productivity. And the last thing I'll say about that, kind of just back to digital marketing and many things in business, right? There's always a next level. We're always developing, we're always continuing. There's always something more we could do more of or better. And in this fast-paced digital world, we're always evolving, right? And the world is always evolving. It's never going to be done. So recognizing that, it's really important to know when you have reached good enough, right? And to always be asking that question, is making it better going to pay off? And if it's not, let it be undone. Let it be mostly good, but highly effective, right? Just let it be as it is with its flaws and all, knowing that it is working, it is making a difference, it is doing something, and that last little bit of icing is not really going to make the cake any better. That's all I have for you today. If you want more tips like this in your inbox, go to pivotground.com/sign up. If you want to be a thriver and spend a nice hour along with other time with me every week, going into exactly what the issues are for you and having your gold nuggets customized to your exact situation. And if you are a nonprofit CEO, then I would love for you to consider joining the Thrive program. You can go to pivotground.com/application, or just click on the apply button, and we'll give you all the information about that, along with this really powerful free training. It's free to approved applicants, all about how we really make all this magic happen and get people thriving really, really fast. All right. See you next week, everybody.